Hello everyone and welcome to the Commexis Cast Daily, all the news you need to know from our inbox to yours. I'm Matthew McGrorty, the videographer and podcaster here at Commexis, and today I'm joined by the lead strategist at Commexis, Phillip Brooks.
Hello.
So our first story for today, Snap is trying to lure Instagram advertisers by offering them free ads on Snapchat. And this is a piece by Kurt Wagner on Recode. So Snap is reaching out to those advertisers that are buying vertical video ads on Instagram and some other competitors, and offering them free advertising credits to give Snapchat a try. So one of the things in the past that Instagram has often been accused of is stealing ideas from Snapchat with the story feature, for example. And in this case, Snap's biting back a little bit. So Snap is directing advertisers to an online application which requires them to upload a proof of purchase that they bought ads on a Snapchat competitor, quote, sometime within the past 3 months. Snap is offering those advertisers credits in the range of several $100s, according to a source. So what do we think about this, Philip? How successful do you suspect this will be?
I mean, to me, it sounds like it's still, Snap is a platform that many people are a little leery of. So the idea of little risk or reward, little risk, high reward, seems to me to be a great opportunity for them to get people in the, to get their foot in the door on some of these accounts. So, I mean, like you said, Instagram has long been kind of accused of taking things and making them a little better, or taking some of those ideas and sort of expanding upon them. So, I think turnabout is fair play in a lot of ways here, but I also think that Snap is a little bit desperate right now. They need to get people into their platform, to make it profitable so that they can show that they can provide an ROI for the people that are looking to invest in the platform. So they need to get advertisers, they need to get repeat advertisers, and they need to get people that are going to remain on the platform and believe in it as an advertising tool for their brand. So to me, this is the best possible option they could have done, because honestly, again, as I said, there's little risk for a free ad.
Yeah,
I mean,
free money,
what's the...
Yeah, one of the things that Wagner mentions in terms of Snap's problem is a lot of the advertisements that you can buy on Snap are through programmatic, and they've noticed that they don't have a lot of competition because there's not a lot of advertisers coming to the platform to actually bid against one another for these ads. So a lot of advertisers are getting them quite cheap. So hopefully this is something that will help Snap out. Speaking of which, there's some interesting information from eMarketer about Facebook actually losing some traffic from Snap's more or less half of Snap's demographic, or a little bit more than that. So hopefully this will also help Snap out. So eMarketer has a report about Facebook losing some younger demographic users. This year, for the first time, less than half of U.S. internet users ages 12 to 17 will use Facebook via any device at least once per month. In 2018, the number of U.S. Facebook users ages 11 and younger will decline by 9.3%, and the number of users ages 12 to 17 and 18 to 24 will decrease 5.6 and 5.8%. respectively. And this is the first time eMarketer has ever predicted a decline in the number of U.S. Facebook users in those age groups. So how big is this, Phil?
Well, I think it's huge. I think, for the people that are looking to decide whether or not it's worth their time to advertise on Snap, this is absolutely, if I was somebody trying to sell somebody on Snap, I would show them this information and say, hey, look, this is where your demographic is now living. They're not using Facebook. I'm actually kind of curious to see if the new newsfeed adjustments have any sort of effect on this.
Yeah, I don't know. See if, that'd be interesting.
Because I would think that in a lot of ways, because of the younger generation being a little more attuned to, what they're seeing from their friends and family as opposed to brands, we've already seen a lot of data that says that, their level of trust with most brands in particular is somewhat, they're a little leery about that kind of stuff. So, I'm curious to see if they're seeing less of that in their news feed. Would they be more willing to remain on Facebook? But I think honestly, it's just that the fact that your parents and your grandparents are now on there, so why would you want to be on there too? And they function differently. Snapchat and Instagram are visual-based platforms. Facebook's more for links and bringing in articles and things like that. And that's not what kids are using social media for anymore. So they're looking for conversations with their friends. They're sharing experiences. Excuse me. with their friend, they're sharing experiences with their friends visually, sharing images, they're sharing short videos. So I think that by that, just by dint of knowing that, we know that Snap is a far more advantageous platform for them. Excuse me, and Facebook doesn't really fit that. But we do know that Instagram sort of was the bridge between those two.
Yeah, absolutely.
And now Instagram is becoming a lot more brand focused and focused more on, I see a lot of people in my peer groups on there with pictures of their kids and their pets and all that. So to me, that's probably something that's also pushing the generation away. So I would imagine you'll see a somewhat similar decline in use of Instagram, although not nearly to the degree of this, as we see more people in that age group shift to Snapchat and some of these more visual-based platforms.
Yeah, absolutely. eMarketer has a couple more numbers. Facebook will lose 2 million users ages 24 and younger this year, eMarketer estimates. But not all of the users are migrating to Instagram, so eMarketer predicts that Instagram will add 1.6 million users ages 24 and younger. Snapchat, meanwhile, will add 1.9 million users in that age group. And Snapchat will continue to have more users ages 12 to 24 compared with that of Instagram. That said, Instagram's user base is obviously a lot bigger than Snapchat's, though Snapchat is still going to be seeing their user base increase by 9.3% to 86.5 million. Instagram, on the other hand, will be up 13.1% to 104.7 million in 2018. So Instagram obviously still the big bad boy in there in terms, which I think makes a lot of sense. I mean, I know we've talked before. Instagram typically has a more even distribution of age demographic users, but I definitely think if you're thinking of going after this 12 to 24 market, I mean, Snapchat is where basically that demographic lives, more or less. Well, thank you everybody for tuning in to today's episode of the Commexis Cast Daily. Check us out tomorrow for more of the latest trending news. Have a great day.
Good day.